Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guests in studio today, Heather Peavler and Saramanda Hall with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Heather, it's good to see you again. How you been?
It's been going well, and it's exciting to be back in studio with you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out. And Saramanda, good to meet you, and thanks for coming out today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Sure. You're the new CEO of Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and freshly minted, from what I understand. Give us kind of your background and how you ended up with Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Sure. So I started with Big Brothers 12 to 15 years ago as an AmeriCorps Vista volunteer, and I was doing enrollment. So interviewing the mentors, the bigs, and the youth, the littles in the program. Eventually, I transitioned to being a case manager. And so I did match support for the matches, the bigs and littles, once they were matched. And then I've also been a big sister myself. So I have a little sister and a little brother in the program.
So a little bit of experience in the program. What brought you back as the CEO?
Well, the Jeannie Stahlheber, the founder and former CEO, was looking for retirement. So she reached out, and we had conversations, and one thing led to another, and here I am.
So here you are. And from what I understand, you were telling me taking over a program that in a way needs some rebuilding, and this is not uncommon in the nonprofit world in light of COVID and all those things. Speak to what you're inheriting here.
Yep. So our program numbers, the numbers of matches, has dwindled over the years since COVID. So we are wanting to rebuild and regrow and get it back up where it used to be or beyond.
Sure. Well, Heather, let's have you dive in with us about what is Big Brothers, Big Sisters? What does it look like? Just give us that refresher, if you would.
Yeah, of course. We are a one-to-one mentoring program. We serve children between the ages of 5 to 18. That 18 is basically when they would graduate from the program, or if they graduate high school, whichever comes first.
Okay.
We have multiple different programs. If you are from the Clinton area, one of our most popular is our high school mentoring program, and that is where we pair high school students with elementary students. We also have a school-based program that's more broad, so that doesn't require any age cap for the mentors. We have our community-based program, which is our most popular one-to-one mentoring program, which is when our bigs and littles meet in the community. They build a friendship and then build goals together that they can help the little accomplish.
Sure.
Our main vision is that all youth achieve their potential. And I think that's very important. We do serve a lot of areas in Central Illinois. We serve Macon County, McLean County, Morgan County, Sangamon County, and DeWitt County. And Champaign County. Those are our largest bubbles right now that we serve. And we are always looking for more kids to enroll and volunteers to enroll. Sometimes it can be like a catch-22. We have the kids, but we don't have the mentors. And sometimes we have the mentors and we don't have the kids. So we really want to elevate both of those sides.
Sure. Well, let's take the opportunity and remind how a little comes into your program. What does that look like?
The easiest way to get involved is to go to our website and inquire through there. Because we have multiple offices, that means sometimes you might get a call from any given case manager to see if you're eligible. Our website is BBBSCIL.org, and that is where you can also find other information about our programs. And then the other way is sometimes we have partnerships with specific schools, and they can send us a referral.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily, student is struggling, maybe teacher recognizes that and says, hey, I think this would be a good program. Get all the parties, parents, school, mentor on board, and it goes from there. Really, anyone is welcome in this.
I think that's a common misconception about mentoring is you have to fit into some type of mold to be able to have a special adult in your life that helps you achieve your potential. But really, everyone deserves a mentor.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So how about volunteers? How do volunteers end up with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
The volunteers end up in the program the same way. They come to our website, they reach out. We might see them at events. They might hear about us from word of mouth from other bigs. And we invite them to an orientation and get that ball rolling for them.
Well, let's dive into what each kind of aspect of Big Brothers Big Sisters looks like. Let's start with the school-based program where you've got a high school student matched up with a little. What does that relationship look like, and how does it play itself out?
We work directly with the schools in that case, and they generally nominate the high school students that would be a good fit for the program. Once we match them with the student, that Big Brother Big Sister pair, so always, big brothers and little brothers, big sisters and little sisters for the most part, they would meet during lunch and recess, or if they have a study hall or other availability like that.
Gotcha. Now for the it's and I can't remember what the specific title is, but you've got a community volunteer with a younger student. What does that one look like?
That one is nice because the big would pick up the little from their home and take them to do activities in the community. So they really can tailor it to what that little is interested in, as well as take them to try new things that they might not have access to. You don't necessarily have to stay in the community for the activities that are local. Some bigs go to other towns to see what's going on there.
Yeah, for sure. So with that one, is that with where they work with the student, or they're meeting with the student during the school day? Am I remembering that right?
So that would be the school-based one. So that's during the school year, during school hours only, on school property. The community-based gives you more freedom to meet outside of the school. The school-based program, you'll have more of a partnership with me and the school, and the community-based program, you'll have more of a partnership with the parent or the guardian.
And you mentioned with the school-based stuff, you do work with the schools in all of those, those matches, right?
Yes, definitely. And we can also work with their teachers or guidance counselors to even create more goals.
Sure. That's Heather Peavler with Big Brothers Big Sisters. New CEO Saramanda Hall with us in studio this morning as well. Saramanda, I want to swing it back to you. And we talked about just kind of the dwindling numbers in Big Brothers Big Sisters, rebuilding that. What's that look like for you?
You would like to have more visibility, more impact, more events where we can recruit more mentors and kids for the program. I would like to focus again on our school-based, our high school to elementary program. We do have that plan in the works.
Okay.
But
what does that look like, if you don't mind me asking?
Right now, I believe there's some planning going on at the Indicator for that.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then as far as the community goes, same as we've always done, I would like to, develop some programs maybe around gardening, or a school garden or a community garden. They wouldn't be beholden to that every time. They could still have their individual interests where they would go out and do activities together, but maybe something where they could also have an opportunity to grow their own food, cook recipes with fresh food. So.
Yeah. Center the activity around that for sure. You talked about having more of a front-facing presence in the community. How about that, and how do you do that? How do you approach that?
Well, this is one of the ways. So news interviews, reaching out to different partnerships. So the libraries, the schools, churches, and again, like Heather said, with the website as well.
Talking about working with the schools, do you hope to grow that program, whether it's the high school student matched with a little, or just the school-based mentor with a little student? And I guess just speak to working with schools and kind of that process going forward. How about that?
Yeah, absolutely. We do intend to grow both aspects of that, with the high school to elementary program, talking with the counselors, getting referrals that way. We definitely are working on that as right now, and then also growing that school-based program with the adult mentors as well.
Do you find, and Heather, you can chime in too if you'd like, do you find you generally have an influx of students needing, or kids needing a big more than you have bigs needing to match a student? Do you, like, is that a fair assessment? Do you see that at all?
It depends on the area, and right now it also depends on our visibility. That's why we're trying to grow the program again, because some parents don't know that we're still here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, again, it really ebbs and flows on either side of what's needed.
Gotcha. Very good. You know, in terms of, Heather, I know you've been around this for a long time. In terms of the impact of these relationships, can you speak to what you've experienced and what you've seen over the years working with this?
Yeah, I think a lot of kids just need more people in their corner, more positive experiences. That doesn't mean that their family can't provide that. That just means that they have extra resources to grow beyond that. I am also matched in the program myself, and it's really cool to see that firsthand. My little saying, you know, that's one of my best friends. And it's interesting to see the kind of impact that you can make just by showing up and being someone that listens.
Sure. Saramanda, increasing volunteerism, I'm sure is going to be a big push to match match a mentor with a little. How about recruiting volunteers, and what that process is going to look like for you going forward?
We will be reaching out, through our social media platforms as well. Anytime there's a community event, we've been at, like if there was a cat day, cat family day, and so any community events that we're invited to or that we're able to go to, we would reach out through there also.
Just more outreach things.
More outreach.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I come up on needing a break here, guys. With that said, Saramanda, process for the ways folks can reach out to Big Brothers Big Sisters. You mentioned you're all over the place in several counties in the listening area. How do folks find information about their local county and what's going on with the chapter there?
Primarily checking in with our website first, BBBSCIL.org. You can also, our phone number is 217-428-4240. So you can reach out there as well. Also social media, you can check out our Facebook page and send a message there.
Sounds good. Well, I'll tell you what, on that note, ladies, let's break here. I know we're going to talk some fundraising and things like that when we come back with, again, Saramanda Hall. She is the CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and Heather Peavler with us as well. More to come with them on the morning show.
WHOW.
ZC 95.9 FM.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, my guest in studio today, Saramanda Hall, CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and Heather Peavler with us from Big Brothers Big Sisters as well. And Saramanda, I know that fundraising, of course, is crucial in the mission of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and you've got some things coming up. What do you have for us?
We do. We have Bowl for Kids' Sake. We have an event both in Springfield and Decatur coming up. So Springfield's Bowl for Kids' Sake is October 25th and 26th. And then Decatur's Bowl for Kids' Sake will be November 7th through 9th. So that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
All right. So those right around the corner. Remind us about Bowl for Kids' Sake. It's been a while since we've heard about this.
It is. Yep. So Bowl for Kids' Sake is our signature fundraiser. And you would gather a team and come to bowl. There we do have our information on our website. So you would pick a time, day and time that works best for you. We do ask that each member who's coming to bowl, each member of the team, strive to raise $100. And then we have sponsorships and partnerships available to help with that. And the fundraising goes to help cover, the match support, the case management that's needed, and also to help us as we are enrolling more bigs and littles and getting them matched together.
Yeah. So you talk about funding that process. Is it as simple as just the salaries of the people that work with these connections, or is there more to that?
There's more to it. There's certainly the salaries, the case management and the match support team. They are certainly, that's where the child safety really comes in. They're screening mentors and families and littles before they enter the program. And then once matched, they are monitoring those matches and, checking in with them monthly to see how things are going, provide support as needed, and also just to make sure that we're keeping the kids safe.
Right.
So all of that, does require, staff time. But we also have, activities and events that we put on for the matches for the littles. So I know we have a few coming up this season. We've got a lot of like pumpkin patches and hobby farms and activities there. So
nice. Yeah.
And I think Heather just had a craft activity. So all of that goes to help supply those needs as well.
Gotcha. I know with the fundraising piece, of course, a lot of people look forward to these events. Do you do special things throughout the course of Bowl for Kids' Sake? What's that couple hours look like that they're out there bowling? Yeah.
So when they come to bowl, we supply pizza and drinks, and it's really just a time to celebrate and come together and have a good time. So we do also support the bigs and the littles coming to bowl as well.
Okay.
Especially with some of these corporate sponsors that will cover the cost of the littles coming.
Yeah. It's probably cool to see the matches too.
It is. And I know the kids really enjoy it. They have a blast. It's a great time.
You said you gather a team. How big can the teams be?
Each team would be 4 to 6 people on a team.
Yeah.
But if you have more than that, you can have lanes next to each other.
Got it. You mentioned this in kind of Golf for Kids' Sake are your signature fundraisers, Saramanda. Do you hope to expand on fundraising going forward? Like, what would that look like from your perspective?
I do. I would also like to expand kind of like a donor breakfast, like some smaller events as well. These are our big signature fundraisers, but some like lunches or breakfasts where more intimate, having donors and stakeholders come to those. Got it.
So again, Bowl for Kids' Sake, it's November 7th through the 9th in Decatur, and you said October 25 and 26?
Yes, in
Springfield. How does one get signed up for Bowl for Kids' Sake, get more information on these two events? Where do they go? How do they learn more?
Again, you can check on our website, BBBSCIL.org, or you can reach out to any of our staff and they can get you in the right direction too.
Sure. I want to swing it back to Heather a little bit and ask you, Heather, someone comes to you, let's start from the big perspective. A potential volunteer comes to you, says, hey, I want to get involved in this. What does that intake process look like? What all do you have to do to work with them to become a BIG?
Of course, we have an application that we ask our volunteers to fill out and an orientation for them to attend, just to learn about the safety guidelines and then the enrollment steps to become a BIG.
Okay.
Then once they complete that, then we would schedule an interview with them, which they have the option to do virtually or in person, depending on the case manager. And once we do the interview with them, we have background checks and references. That is to ensure that they are safe to be into the program.
Yeah.
And then based on all of that knowledge, we can take that information to decide who they would be a good match with and who, if they are a good fit for the program, which is my favorite part.
Yeah. Talk about that making sure it's a right fit piece for the big and the little.
Yeah, we want to make sure that our volunteers have good expectations coming into the program, or better, no expectations, because really things can feel different once you're actually in the match. You know, it takes time to get to know your little. It takes time to build that connection. And we want people to come into this program for the right reasons. It's not necessarily about the volunteer, even though it's mutually beneficial, definitely mutually beneficial. But we want to make sure that the primary focus is safety and developing that child's goals.
You know, for that community-based match, what do you recommend, you know, just as icebreakers with your bigs and your littles and that process of them getting to know each other?
Yeah. So as a case manager, I would introduce that match and help with those icebreakers, ask some questions and get them getting to know each other. And then we always suggest they do something that will help get conversation flowing without just having to stare at each other and say, oh, who are you? But like playing games while having ice cream or taking a walk in the park, maybe throwing in some crafts. I think really just having something you can bond over helps build that initial relationship.
Definitely. Very good. Well, ladies, I look at the clock, about a minute left with you. Did I miss anything, Saramanda, Heather, anything I didn't touch on you guys want to put out there real fast before we let you go?
I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us in.
Definitely. Please come back. We'd love to have you back. If you don't mind, Saramanda, one more time, the Bowling for Kids' Sake, the Bowl for Kids' Sake events,
Yep.
the when and where.
Bowl for Kids' Sake in Springfield is October 25th and 26th, and Bowl for Kids' Sake in Decatur is November 7th through 9th.
All right. Very good. So, and again, the place to get details on those is?
Our website, BBBSCIL.org.
Very good. Heather, good to see you again.
good to see you.
Saramanda, thanks for coming out.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Again, Saramanda Hall is the new CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and Heather Peavler with Big Brothers Big Sisters in studio with us today as well. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Of course, we stream live online all the time at DeWittDailyNews.com. Network news comes your way now.
WHOW.